How's it going, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Mr. Boulder back today with a video that's been a long time coming. Led Zeppelin album ranking. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and today's the day. For me, Led Zeppelin, one of the holy trinity of hard rock and heavy metal. Obviously Led Zeppelin, obviously Black Sabbath, obviously Deep Purple. This band's very important to me. My dad got me started on these guys years ago when I was a kid back in the 80s. He used to play them quite a lot. That definitely got me on the right track when it comes to music. 8 studio albums to talk about here. As always with my album ranking videos, I don't include compilations or live albums or EPs or odds and sods collections, so stuff like Coda won't be in this. Strictly just the studio albums. Massively important band. And there's some absolutely phenomenal albums in their discography. No bad albums here. Led Zeppelin are one of those bands that can boast not one single bad album in their discography. So let's get straight into it. 8 albums to talk about. But for me, though, easily the weakest in their collection is their 7th studio LP from 1976. This is Presence. I only picked this up about 5 or 6 years ago. Plenty of stuff in here that I like. And there's no bad songs in there, but there's just some stuff in here that's lacking the hooks of some of their other albums for me personally. But a lot of good stuff on show anyway. I mean, let's have a look here. Achilles' Last Stand, the opener, great track, really rocking, really good guitar riffs in that from Jimmy Page. You can hear me say that quite a few times, to be fair. For Your Life is another great track with some nice riffing in it, and Royal Orleans is another good song. Just 3 songs on side 1. First one definitely being my favourite, but the other 2 are both very good as well. Side 2 kicks off for Nobody's Fault But Mine. Great track, really love that one. Nice breakdown towards the end of the song. Great solo in. Robert Plant's vocals are superb. Candy Store Rock is not bad tune. Hot Song for Nowhere is also another great track. However, the last track, T for One, I'm not fussed about at all, to be fair. It's literally just okay. It's quite a sort of bluesy jam, and I like a lot of bluesy jam numbers, but this one I'm just not that fussed on. It's okay. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it at the same time. That's easily the weakest effort for me, but I still really like it. But yeah, it's lacking some of the hooks that some of the other albums have got, so that's why Presence comes in at last place. Up next is their last studio album, In Through the Outdoor, which came out in 1979. Their 8th studio album. Again, I only picked this one up about 5 or 6 years ago, but this is really good. This is a step up from Presence as far as I'm concerned. Love the opening track, In the Evening. There's some sort of, I was going to say keyboards, but it's not really a keyboard, it's an organ amongst the music here. And there's quite a bit of organ on this, played by John Paul Jones. Some nice guitar work in the verses from Jimmy Page. And then Robert Plant's vocals are very good. It's quite a chilled opener, but I don't mind it. But for me, the best song on this album is definitely the second track, Southbound Suarez. Absolutely love that. Very much driven by John Paul Jones's piano riffs. Some nice guitar work from Jimmy Page, of course. And some absolutely fantastic vocals from Robert Plant. It's just easily the best song on the album. I really enjoy it. Great stuff. On this album, you've also got, let's just get the inlay out. Fall in the Rain, which is a good tune. I like that one. And Hot Dog closes off side A. Very much country music influence, that. Nice guitar riffing from Jimmy Page in it. Decent song. Go to side 2. Kicks off with Carousel Lambra. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but it's a great song. 10 minutes long. Very much, again, driven by John Paul Jones's organ playing on this. Great track. I love the riffing again. John Bonham's drums are superb. A 10-minute song, and it doesn't feel like it's 10 minutes. It doesn't drag its feet at all. It's a superb track. Then you've got All My Love, which is kind of like a ballad. Again, it's really nice. Great vocals. Love the vocal melodies in it. Chorus is fantastic, really catchy. Robert Plant sounding fantastic. Love that song. But it ends with I'm Gonna Crawl, and that's the only song on the album that I'm not really that fussed on. It's okay, but I'm not that bothered by it. I can quite easily listen to this album without listening to that. If I don't hear it, it doesn't bother me, whereas if I didn't hear Southbound Suarez, that would bother me because I love that song so much. But yeah, just the last track, not too fussed by. But still a great album. They went out on a high. Obviously, they weren't intending to go out at this point because John Bonham died a year later. But a good album nonetheless. That's Into the Outdoor, the 7th studio album from 1979. Good stuff. On to number 6 now. And this is Led Zeppelin III. I absolutely love this album. The rock's toned down on this. There's only a couple of tracks that are really rocking. There's a hell of a lot more kind of folk influences on this. A lot more acoustic guitars. And I love this album, apart from one song, but we'll get to that at some point. However, the first track is something that you would expect from the first 2 albums. It's very, very rocking, very upbeat. Great riffing again from Jimmy Page. Really, really high vocals from Robert Plant. And just a great track, very, very catchy. Robert Plant's vocals, that high scream he does, I just know that as soon as it kicks in. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Love that song. And then track 2 is Friends, which is completely different. Really nice acoustic stuff on this. Jimmy Page knows how to use really good chords that go together well, sound really, really nice. And I love that song. Really, really good. Some nice instrumentation in the backgrounds, which isn't your sort of traditional rock instruments, but sounds really good. Love that song. Great vocals. Celebration Day is track 3. That's another one that's kind of more the rockiest stuff you expect from the first 2 albums. Great stuff. Track 4, Since I've Been Loving You. Absolutely love that. Me and my friend and bandmate Paul often wax lyrical about how much we love that song. So that's 7.5 minutes. It's a slow blues jam. Great guitaring again from Jimmy Page. It just sounds fantastic. And then after that, you've got Out on the Tiles, which closes side A, which is a decent track. One I'm not as fussed about, though, has to be said. Gallows Pole kicks off side 2. Love, again, the chords that Jimmy Page is using. Sound really, really good. Tangerine is a decent track. Not one of my favourites, but I still enjoy it. I do like the vocals in the choruses. They sound really, really good. Then you got That's the Way, which is one of my favourites on the album. It's one of the most chilled out, folky sounding one. Again, the chords that Jimmy's using on the acoustics sound fantastic. Really, really nice. I think there's some slide guitar in the production as well that sits underneath the chords, and the vocals sound really, really good. Absolutely love that song. It's fantastic stuff. Then you've got Bron Your Stomp, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing. Which is okay, but then it finishes with Hats Off to Roy Harper, which can just completely get in the bin as far as I'm concerned. Don't like that song at all. So at the end of the album, I'm quite happy to raise a needle after the song before it finishes, because I'm not fussed by it. It's got some interesting stuff going on sort of guitar-wise from Jimmy Page, but on the whole, I just don't like the song at all. A bad ending to a great album, though, but Led Zeppelin III, very, very good stuff. Love this one. It was actually my favourite for a while, but not anymore. Up next is Houses of the Holy. Fantastic album. Love this album. This has got so many great songs on it. It's got a couple on it which I'm not so fussed about, which we'll talk about soon. Kicks off with The Song Remains the Same. Insanely high vocal performance from Robert Plant in this. Love the guitar in. Just a great track. Then after that, we got the Rain song, which is just superb. I mean, it's pretty much, for the most part, just the guitar and the vocals. Drums don't come in, and the bass till right towards the end. But again, the guitar playing that Jimmy Page does is just phenomenal. It just knows what he's doing when it comes to the guitar. I love that so much. And you got Over the Hills of Far Away, which is one of the first riffs I learned to play years ago when I started playing guitar. Great riff, absolutely love it. Brilliant chorus, catchy stuff. Side A ends with The Crunge, which is a track that I love. It's got a really good drum beat from John Bonham in the intro. Sounds like something that would be sampled from hip-hop bands years later. Great drum beat. Really enjoyed the lyrics in that as well. They're very, very well written. Side D kicks off with Dancing Days, which is another great track that I really, really enjoy. Up-tempo rocker, great stuff. Diamaker's definitely got a reggae vibe to it, that one. I wasn't so keen on it when I first heard the track, but I actually really enjoy it now. Then you've got No Quarter, which is a song I'm not too fussed about actually. It's got that kind of underwater sort of effects, underwater vocal effects on the vocals, which I'm not a massive fan on. I don't hate the song, but it ends with the ocean, and I'm not that fussed about the ocean. The last track, it's okay, nothing wrong with it at all, but one of the weakest sort of songs on this album. But there we are, Houses of the Holy, a fantastic hard rock album. Absolutely love it. Loads of really, really good stuff on there, has to be said. Love it. Up next is their debut, Led Zeppelin One, which came out in 1969, if my memory's correct. Yep, 69. Yeah, I know this album like the back of my hand. Dad played it loads back in the day. Fantastic debut. So you might be surprised to see it sort of halfway down in the ranking. There's only one reason for that, and there's a couple of tracks on it which are basically blues covers, which are absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with them at all. But I would just prefer to hear some original material. Kicks off with Good Times, Bad Times. Great chorus, very, very catchy. Nice riffing. Then you've got Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, which is just fantastic. The chords picked out on the acoustic guitar sound great. Again, another fantastic vocal performance. Nice melodies in the verses and the choruses from Robert Plant. Very, very catchy. Really, really phenomenal stuff. I absolutely love it. Then you got You Shook Me, which is fine. Not too fussed about it though. Then Side Out Closes with Dazed and Confused. I love that song. The way the bass riffs descend down the neck with the guitar notes, just a few notes here and there picked out at first. Very strong vocals from Robert Plant. 6.5 minutes long, massive epic song. Create really nice moods in that song. Absolutely love it. One of my favourite Zeppelin songs, no doubt about it. Side 2 is kicks off with Your Time Is Gonna Come. Good track. Black Mountain Inside, really, really love that. That's just acoustic guitar and some African drums that sit behind the guitar in the background. Great song, really love it. Instrumental, really, really good stuff. Communication Breakdown, one of the first surely heavy metal riffs on that track. Iconic riff, everyone will know that he plays guitar pretty much. Another great chorus, very, very strong, very upbeat, very hard rocking, really, really good track. I Can't Quit You Baby, not so fussed about. Closes with How Many More Times, good song. Not my favourite on the album by any stretch of imagination, but I still really enjoy it. But Led Zeppelin's One, it's just a great album. Like I say, a couple of bluesy tracks, not so fussed about, but the rest of it's all good. Notice like the back of my hand, superb album, absolutely love it. Led Zeppelin 1 from 1969. Now we're getting to the top 3, and we're at the point now where there are no bad songs on any of these albums. Phenomenal stuff. But number 3, I'm going to go with Physical Graffiti, the massive double album that they put out in, I think it was 1975. Excellent stuff. So many good songs on this. I just absolutely love it. Kicks off with Custard Pie. Again, it's great riffing from Jimmy Page. I love the chorus. Very, very strong and catchy. You've got The Rover next, which is another really, really good song. Then you've got In My Time of Dying, which is 10 minutes long, and for me, one of the highlights of the album. Is fantastic. Starts off sort of quite chilled and moody sounding. As the song goes on, a complete tempo change. And some of John Bonham's drums beats on this song are fantastic. Absolutely love them. Really good drumming from John Bonham. Great track. Vocals are superb. Absolutely love it. Then you've got Side 2 kicks off a House of the Holy. Again, another fantastic classic hard rock guitar riff from Jimmy Page. Very, very catchy. I'll absolutely love it. Trampled Underfoot next. Another great track. And then the first LP finishes with Kashmir, which Puff Daddy stroke P. Diddy stroke Sean Puffy Combs used as a sample for the Godzilla soundtrack years ago. 8-minute long song. Fantastic, great guitar riff. You've got the sort of orchestral sort of instruments in the background. I think it's like violins or cellos and that. Not violins, cellos. That's kind of followed the riff. Sounds fantastic. Side 3 kicks off within the light. I like the organ riff and some of the guitar lines Jimmy Page plays. Down by the Seaside, great song, quite chilled, really, really nice. 10 Years Gone, fantastic. Again, Jimmy putting together some chords that sound really, really nice. Great vocals from Robert Plant. Side 4 kicks off with Night Flight. Then you got the Wanton song, which is fantastic. Love that. Really, really good track. Then you got Boogie with Stu, which is the first one I'm not so fussed about, but I still enjoy. Black Country Woman, though, I absolutely love. Again, some really, really nice chords from Jimmy Page. Vocals are fantastic. I really enjoyed the lyrics on that one as well. They're very, very well written. One of my favourite songs on this album, actually. Really good stuff. Then it ends with Sick Again. And yeah, again, that's one of those ones I'm not so fussed about. But there's only 2 on this album that I'm kind of on the fence on. But I still enjoy listening to them. They're just not as strong as the rest of what's on offer here. Physical Graffiti from 1975 is my number 3 for my Led Zeppelin album ranking. Superb stuff. Yeah, brilliant. So top 2 now. So for number 2 I'm going with Led Zeppelin II from 1970. Just a huge album, absolutely huge. There's songs on this that every hard rock fan will know because they're played on rock radio. Still to this day now, as much as they were back in the day. Some absolute classic songs on this that everyone will know. It's just a superb album. Kicks off A Whole Lot of Love. Again, it's a classic riff that everyone will know. What Is and What Should Never Be is a great tune. The Lemon song, I really, really like that one as well. And then Side A closes with Thank You, which is a ballad. Again, Jimmy using some really nice chords. They create some really nice moods on it. Fantastic solo on this song as well. I absolutely love it. One of my favourite solos on any song. Just sounds really, really nice. Great vocals from Robert Plant. And for Side B, kicks off a heartbreaker. It's another one of those riffs that everyone that will know. Another song that everyone will know. An absolute hard rock staple. Live in Love and Mace, Just a Woman. Really good up-tempo track. Really, really love it. Ramble On is a great track. Moby Dick is another song that's really, really good. Ramble On, I love the chorus in that. Moby Dick with a massive drum solo right in the middle of it. Not many bands have the balls to carry that off, but Zeppelin did it, and they carry it off well. Great, it's sort of a drum solo from John Bonham in the middle of that song. And then to Bring It On Home, again, it's another great riff. Strong chorus. Melodies are great. No bad songs at all. It's an absolute 10 out of 10 album. Just superb stuff. Excellent classic hard rock from the boys there. Led Zeppelin II from 1970. Might be even 1969 actually. Just an absolutely phenomenal album. An absolute classic. And one I know at the back of my hand. Superb stuff. So that leaves us just one album to talk about. And again, my dad played this loads when I was younger. And I know it like the back of my hand. Features a massive song on here, which a lot of people are sick of hearing. But I'm not. And I should be, because I've heard it so many times. But I'm still not sick of hearing this song. One of the songs on this album is just superb. But for my number 1, I'm going with Led Zeppelin IV from 1971. Phenomenal album. Again, this is full of hard rock classics that are still played on the radio to this day. 51 years after this album was released. Just a superb album. No bad songs whatsoever. I can critique nothing about this album at all. It's absolutely massive. Superb album. No bad songs. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. Kicks off with, it's Black Dog, isn't it? Yeah, Black Dog, good opening track. Not the strongest opening track, but one I really like. Then you got Rock and Roll, which is only about 2.5, 3 minutes of just excellent sort of classic hard rock. Very much written in the blues, like a lot of the old school rock stuff was. I actually saw Foo Fighters play this at Wembley Stadium in about 2007. And they actually had Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones come out to join them with it. Dave Grohl sat behind the kit and played the drums while Taylor Hawkins, rest in peace, got up and sang. And it was a phenomenal moment. I did a great job of it. And it's just a phenomenal song. An absolute classic. Brilliant, brilliant track. Then you got the Battle of Evermore, which is basically just vocals and a mandolin. It just sounds superb. Again, I know I'm repeating myself here, but Jimmy Page knows how to put together chords that sound really, really nice. Robert Plant is the standout on this album with the vocals. They sound absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy the lyrics on it as well. And then side A ends with Stairway to Heaven, which is that song I should be sick of hearing, but after all these years, I'm still not. It's just brilliant. I just can't fault it at all. It's such a great track. 8.5 minutes long. It creates some really nice moods throughout the entire song. Soft little parts to it, up tempo parts towards the end. Fantastic solo from Jimmy. Just a great solo, one of my favourites, no doubt about it. A song I should be sort of quite bored of, but I'm just not. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Side B kicks off a Misty Mountain Hop, great track. Four Sticks, probably my least favourite of the album. I still really enjoy it though. Some nice riffing on both of those tunes, especially Misty Mountain Hop. Then you got Down to California, which is again a bit like the Battle of Evermore. It's very chilled. I think it's just acoustic guitar and the vocals. It sounds really, really nice. The lyrics are really, really good. And then it ends with When the Levee Breaks, which is just a fantastic song. Classic drum beat, which has been sampled in at least 2 hip-hop songs I can think of off the top of my head. One of them being a song on Ice-T's original Gangster album called Midnight. And the other one is used for Beastie Boys on the first track on their License to Ill album. They sampled the drum intro from When the Levee Breaks and then used the guitar riff from Black Sabbath's Sweet Leaf. Sounds fantastic together, but great song. Like I say, classic drum beat. Brilliant song. Another song's about 8 minutes long. Just phenomenal, excellent hard rock. Great track. Love the solo. Love everything about it. Yeah, all the bass playing is fantastic as well. It's just a great album, a great close up. No bad songs at all. It's just phenomenal. Absolutely love it. And it was up against some pretty stiff competition, but this one has to be my favourite. I've probably heard it the most out of all of them, but it's not number one because of that. It's number one because it deserves to be, because it's just absolutely flawless. Nothing wrong with it at all. Phenomenal stuff. Led Zeppelin IV from 1971 is my favourite Led Zeppelin album. Superb stuff and an absolute classic and should be in everyone's collection. Right, guys, that's it for today. Cheers for watching to the end. Very much appreciate it. Get in the comments, let me know what you think about Zeppelin. Are they a favourite band of yours, or are you not so fussed by them? I'll be back at you with you next week with a collection update. So I shall see you then. Until then, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you later on. Thanks again for watching. It's very much appreciated. And welcome to the new subscribers, as I picked up a few new subs recently. Very much appreciated. Look after yourselves. See you soon.